What's up, YouTube? No, I see everything from afar. And let me tell you one thing about this whole Jimmy Butler fiasco. This Minnesota Timberwolves is getting ridiculous, guys. Because for one thing, this team, for one thing, Pat Riley's not. We are a first class organization. Pat, Mickey, and the staff are not used to. They're not used to dealing with unprofessional organizations like the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves have to be one of the worst organizations we ever dealt with. They have to understand and see that's what's wrong with the NBA now. A lot of these coaches like Tom Thibodeau, they become GMs and they think this is like a 2K or something. You can't get the same value back for a star or an all-star. Let's say just an all-star. You cannot get the same. You can't get the same value back for that all-star that you're trying to trade because he's disgruntled and don't want to be there. For if an all-star is disgruntled and don't want to be there, the leverage is even lower for you. It's versus you're just trying to trade an all-star because you're trying to rebuild or you're trying to unload or whatever. But if they're disgruntled, that lessens the leverage for you to even trade him for a right amount of value. Now, I'm very mad at the Miami Heat because you don't have to give up Josh Richardson, Bam Adebayo, and a pick or whatever. You don't have to do that. He's disgruntled. The Timberwolves they don't have the leverage against you guys. So why are you trying to trade Josh Richardson for a Jimmy Butler? You're trying to at least have some type of pieces around Jimmy Butler if you were ever able to land him. I think that was bullshit. I'm glad that it's probably a blessing in disguise that they were stupid enough to decline that. And for anything, we're giving them the best trade offer. We're giving this team the best trade offer. So I don't understand what the problem is. I get the Timberwolves. They see Jimmy Butler as like Kevin Durant or LeBron James. He's not that type of player. So it's crazy, guys. I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. I don't know what to say. This has been very awkward. At this point, I want the Miami Heat to really. I'm gonna make this statement. I want the Miami Heat to really wash their hands with this Jimmy Butler Minnesota one. They just need to wash their hands with it, guys, because obviously, he's not. They're not trying to trade him. They don't want to trade him. And he wants to be traded, but they don't want to trade him. Because if they really wanted to, they would have took the first trade offer or the second trade offer. It wouldn't have to get to the point where we were willing to give up Josh Richardson. So obviously, deep down, they don't want to play hardball. They want to bullshit around, and that's what got Pat Riley heated up over the past week and a half. He's been cussing, Tom Thibodeau, he's been cussing him out and tell him to get his shit in order. Yeah, you gotta get your house in order, bro. Because no one, I think they tried to trade Jimmy Butler to the Bucks, and they wanted Chris Middleton, and the Bucks was like, hell no, and hung up the phone, guys. A lot of other teams they asked for too much, and a lot of teams just pulled out of it. We damn near gave up Josh Richardson, a first-round pick, and possibly Bam Adebayo, and they still don't want to give him up. I'm thinking to myself, like, we gave you the best trade offer, and you still don't want to take the trade. So you know what? Fuck you. So, you know what? What's gonna happen is that whole locker room is gonna play like shit during the beginning of the season, because if they keep him, Butler said he wants to be out of there by Friday. But if they keep this guy and try to keep him in the beginning of the season, that fucking locker room is going to fall apart. That team is not going to win any games. The chemistry is fractured to no return, guys. I think what really needs to happen is I think Minnesota's GM needs to jump in. He needs to jump in, fire Tom, either talk to Tom Thibodeau and be like, look, this game is over with. Let's get whatever we can get for Jimmy Butler, and let's trade him. Or he needs to, if he doesn't do that, he needs to fire him and trade him his damn self, and someone be a adult someone be a grown up here, and trade this guy, because this is getting ridiculous. Tom Thibodeau's acting like a fucking brat right now. Now the other side of this argument is Jimmy Butler. For practice today, they said he teamed up with a bunch of third stringers and he dominated the whole team basically. That sounds about right. Those guys in Minnesota don't have any fucking heart, especially Cat. If Cat was on the Miami Heat, I would be very frustrated. People were frustrated with Hassan Whiteside for just putting up stats and that. Cat is more talented and he does the same thing. Come on, bro. And so a guy like Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, he's very frustrating because he has so much potential. And, he can be the best, center. I think he's automatically the best top 5 center in the NBA now. So, imagine what he can be if he tried even harder. So, Karl Anthony Towns is very, he doesn't have heart. We can say the same for Andrew Wiggins. He doesn't have fucking heart. Those guys don't have fucking heart. So, they're lazy. So, that's what Jimmy Butler doesn't like about these guys. And, it makes sense that he dominated today in practice. My thing about Jimmy Butler is, let me get back to my point. Jimmy Butler is being very unprofessional, guys. And this is what I was talking about. I like Jimmy Butler, the player, but I don't, this is what I said in my last video, but I don't like him as a personality, because this guy, you can't be cussing out the coach. You got to conduct yourself as a professional. You can't cuss out the coach. You can't do that. You cannot do that type of stuff. You can't cuss out the GM, the owner. You don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. So, obviously he's trying to push his way out of there. That's probably why he's doing that. But still, man, you got to be a professional about it. He's talking about, well, you guys need me and blah, blah, blah. Look, that's the main reason why I was hesitant of him being part of my new organization, is we don't take that shit. This is a first-class organization. And maybe because Minnesota Timberwolves aren't a first-class organization, he feel he can do that shit and get away with it. I don't know. But, I don't like that. I don't like that aspect of this whole thing of him just, running a rush shot and, fucking pretty much treating these motherfuckers like simps. But hey, they fucking deserve it because they're acting like bitches. Trade this guy and get it over with. This is not fucking 2K where you're going to get the same value or better back for him. It's not going to fucking happen. He doesn't want to be there, so trade him. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, I think Miami should wash their hands with this and let Minnesota Timberwolves suffer. And see, what's going to happen, we wash our hands with it, they're going to get a worse trade package than they wanted, and it's going to happen, and they're going to regret it. Now, I think the Miami Heat should definitely, I think the leverage is gone. I think if another trade offer was to happen, I think Josh Richardson should not even be in the deal. I think they should give up. They should possibly give up. I don't know if they want Whiteside, but if they do, give up Whiteside, give up Winslow, and maybe give him a first round pick. Yeah, go ahead, give him a first round pick and call it a day. And throw Deion Waiters or TJ in there if they want. They probably want TJ more than Deion Waiters, though. Throw one of those guys in there and call it a fucking day. But do not put Josh Richardson and Bell My Bio in there. No, they don't deserve it. They don't fucking deserve it, so don't do it. They had their chance and they blew it. So the leverage is gone out of that. They had that fucking chance. You guys tell me what you think, though. Heat Life for 305 out. We'll just continue to see what the hell's gonna happen, bro. But this is getting crazier by the day. I've never seen anything like this, bro. Even the Kyrie Irving, Cleveland Cavaliers thing wasn't this bad because they were more professional about this shit. This is ridiculous, bro. Just totally ridiculous. I have never seen so much bullshit, so much unprofessionalism, so much dysfunction in an organization. It's ridiculous. This is a pretty bad organization, and this is probably why they never won anything, because they're dysfunctional as hell. Pat Riley and Mickey Arison only deal with professional guys, top-notch professional GMs, executives. They only deal with those type of people. And when you bring yourself to this low and try to trade with an organization that's never gonna win anything, this is what you expect, man. It's just ridiculous. Very unprofessional. He left for 305 out. Let's get it, guys.